Hey guys, I got an email from someone. Um, I'm actually glad that they emailed me instead of putting this stuff on the comments on one of my videos. Um, I don't even know how to start this. uh, Basically, they were asking me how I was so sure about my craft. Okay. Um, why I believed in witchcraft and what made me think I could do this and that. Okay. I think you get the gist of it. Hi, Lady Blind Wolf. First of all, not that I have to explain anything to anybody, but I will because I can. Um, it simply comes down to the way I believe. To me, it makes more sense. Um, and it's my path and my life, and I do what makes me happy, what I believe in. Um, and it's nothing bad against any other belief, Christianity, whatever you may follow. That's no concern of mine. Um, to me, the craft just makes more sense. That it empowers us as human beings to where most of the time we feel obsolete or insignificant. Um, However you want to put it, I mean, I have done things, spells, and conjured up stuff that nobody would believe that I done unless they had been sitting there watching me do it, which is forbidden in the first place, at least in my practice. Nobody watches me do my work unless, there's something that I have pretty much already put my intent into, and then I'm showing you the result of it as a spell, as a working spell, like my candles going and blah, blah, blah. Um, but I'm not really sure what they meant about uh, how how did I come to believe that I'm a witch? Um, as I've said before, I honestly have just always known that. I don't ever recall a time in my life, even as a very, very small girl, when I didn't believe that I was a witch. Um, there have been times I doubted my power, of course. Um, but as far as knowing that I was a witch, I didn't ever have any trouble with that. Um, and it's the same. I could turn and ask the same question to them. I didn't even ask if they were religious, if or what uh, path they followed. Um, but I could have asked them the same thing. Do you have any belief? What makes your world go round? How do you get up and function every day and plan your life, around these things? Hi, Aiden. Ultimately, witchcraft gives the practitioner personal autonomy over their exactly, exactly. Um, and that's the way we look at it and believe in it. You're atheists that don't believe in anything. I don't understand it, but then that's their choice. That's their path. Christianity, I've never had a problem with it. That's their path. That's how they believe, and it's a major religion. Has been for centuries, and so be it. You know, uh, but as I've said a million times before, don't come knocking down my door attacking me for my belief. When you know more can prove that your belief is correct than I can. Some days it is a struggle. Yeah, I know. And it's hard, even in these modern times, for us witches to come out and say um, to a stranger, like if I a lot of times I'll wear my pinnacle, but I won't wear it out, or I'll wear it inside my shirt just so I don't have to answer all the damn questions that would be asked of me every second of every day. You know, um, Not that I mind answering them, but it kind of gets redundant, and they don't believe me anyway. They think I've lost my friggin' mind or whatever. To me, that pinnacle means as much to me as the cross does to a Christian when they wear their cross. I don't care. I have crosses in my house that belong to my grandmother. That doesn't bother me. Um, just because I don't follow that path does not mean that I'm going to sit around and judge it. Um, as I've said before, it's not the paths that should be judged. It's the people that are on them. There's good Christians. There's bad Christians. There's good witches. There's bad witches. You know, it's so annoying. Oh, the other thing is that witchcraft is appealing to a lot of younger people because they are realizing that they don't have to look outside of themselves, and there is such a thing as, yeah, that's true. Personal empowerment. It is so annoying when people ask me that question now because I will fight for faith just like a Christian will. Yeah. And you have every right. Um, Live and let live, you know. Um, our history, as I have talked about before, isn't very good. Um, and during the witch crazes and the way they treated these people, and I will guarantee you, probably 99%, if not all the people that they killed were not witches. Um, it was just straight out murder in the Christian name. And I've read that Bible. I was brought up in a church, and as far as I learned from that, that shit's wrong. You know, you can every day read something about some church somewhere that has gotten over on people, stolen their money, molesting little children, you name it, you know. But I don't go around and say, "Oh, you're a Christian," to my neighbor, and think they automatically do those same things, because they more than likely don't. But they put all of us witches in a handbasket, all together, like we're all the same, and we're just as unique and different from each other as they are their path. They're the people on their paths. And I don't mind asking questions or answering questions honestly, but what does annoy me is when they're so stupid. To me, they're just so stupid, they're not even worth answering, not even worth the time that it takes, because then I'd get mad. It's so annoying when people ask me that question. I go, oh. But the thing of it is, when people do stuff like that to animals and kids, we're the ones that exactly. We have a few people out, and they're not even on our paths. They claim to be. If they were, they wouldn't be doing the stuff that they're doing, because we don't do that. We just don't. I mean, yeah, there are some witches that use sacrifices, but it's not. It's way more planned out, neatly done, and all that. We don't go around marking up caves and fences with bloody pinnacles and shit like that. A real witch will not do that. I don't know what path they're following, but it's not ours. And we don't kill children. We protect children. The thing of it is, when people do, okay, I think a lot of people are scared of the idea that people can have some type of personal power that gives us an advantage. Yeah, probably so. When they say, well, you think you can do this and do that, well, fine, doubt me, I don't care. I've been in this practice my entire life, and honestly, I can't ever imagine me doing or being anything else. And I've seen things happen that I know I created that I don't need validation for from a total stranger. I have validation within myself, and that's all I need to keep going. So it just gives them the excuse to condemn the path that we walk. But then you have those that use the craft mode to attract the kids to mess with them. Right, right. And sadly, you have those that are misguided and make stuff up in order to go and tell a testimony and get attention, and the church isn't that up to. Yeah. And unfortunately, even in our craft, like I said, you're going to have the shitheads, you know, um, but I guarantee you can more or less tell a real witch from one that's just pretending. Um, it just by the way they live, by the way they act. Um, it's like with anything else, if a person says they're a Christian, but yet they're not living by what their book teaches them to how to live, what does that tell you? You know, they're running around judging everybody, or that's not a very good Christian, is it? Um, I don't know. And I try really hard not to get up in the politics of religion. But I guess the way I would answer that question is I don't have to explain anything to anyone. I don't mind, and I think it's all about the way I'm approached with the question. And maybe I read things wrong sometimes, because a part of me as a witch is kind of always on guard, because, we do have so many people ridiculing us and making fun of us, and um, saying stupid shit. Um, like one that made a comment on one of my um, videos. I'll take a ride on your broom with you. It was just so stupid that I had to laugh about it. And then, of course, I thought about it and I got mad. um, it's like, if you don't have anything better to do at night than troll people's YouTube channels, you're the sad one. You're the one that needs to get a freaking life, not me. And yeah, you're right, Aiden, too. The younger witches coming up, grant them power, if they deserve it. Uh, and everybody's welcome to the path. But as I said, when I first started doing these videos, this path is not for everyone. And if the gods and goddesses don't accept you, you are not going to stay on it very long. They will push you off of it because you don't belong there. If you head into it for selfish reasons, or to just pretty much make fun of it and be stupid, you don't belong there. You don't belong here. So find something else to do. Because as I said, there is a lot more to witchcraft than casting spells. So much more. The only thing I don't like about being a witch is that I feel like sometimes I have to look over my shoulder and hope my friends are also a witch, aren't casting anything. Yeah. And unfortunately, sometimes you have to do that. But that's with any other friendship, isn't it? And I mean, you have two friends that neither one of them are even witches. In my experience, my best friends, or people that were closest to me, are the ones that really screwed me over. And they weren't witches at all. You know, um, Even as witches, even though we're a witch, we are still our own individuals with our own personalities. We may follow the same path, but if you're a vain, um, arrogant, self-righteous person, just because you're a witch isn't going to change that unless you see something wrong with that and then you do shadow work to fix that. So that not necessarily because, well, because people don't like to be around people like that. If you start to find out, notice that all your so-called friends are dropping off like flies, nobody wants to talk to you, then you probably need to look within yourself why that might be. And you don't have to be a witch to figure that out. That's just common sense. I simply make a smart ass comment like, well, I had to sell mine on Craigslist. I'd just say mine's a one-seater, dude. Where I'm blind, I can't even get a driver's license. What makes you think I'm going to get one for that broom will fly itself, Lady Blind Wolf. You don't even need to give it a command, it'll go. Right? Well, I don't know if I necessarily agree because there's also such a thing as atheist witches. See, and there's so many things coming up and branching off, that a lot of it just don't make any sense to me. So what I don't even know how an atheist witch would exist. I don't get that much. Because normally each and every witch will have some sort of god or goddess or something. Yeah, the power comes within us from within ourselves. We know that. We are just being taught how to bring that power out, how to use it. And it was gifted to us by somewhere, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a discussion that you can go into forever. Now, everybody is calling themselves something different or just making shit up. I don't know. But an atheist usually doesn't believe in anything but themselves, any higher power. But, and I don't know that I'd call them witches because as we know it, that is not the definition of a per se witch. And the most important parts of realizing become, yeah, your power is within you. Yes. Oh, well, if they believe in the power of nature, that's not atheism. They believe in something outside of themselves. An atheist doesn't believe in anything outside of themselves. They are the God. They are the only thing that exists in their reality. Nothing else is above them, below them, beside them, anywhere. And all witches believe in the power of nature. I don't know of any that don't. Even the left-hand path uses herbs and stuff that is found in nature. I just simply say I'm pagan or that I'm a practitioner because not all pagans practice. Exactly. Yeah. Um, like I said, it's your own preference. I mean, now the older witches like myself might have a really hard time getting our fingers, our minds wrapped around certain things that are popping up, especially with the younger generation. Um, there's honestly sometimes that I'm extremely afraid that they're going to get completely out of control and make a complete mockery of our craft. And before long, it's really going to be non-existent because everybody's going to be so acting so stupid with it or about it. Yes, but because humans are made up of nature, they really believe anything outside themselves. Well, I don't know. I mean, if you go pick that plant and you're saying a spell while you're using that plant, you're pretty much enlisting that plant's help in your work. I mean, like I said, everybody can believe how they want, but that they just don't make no sense to me. But a lot of it doesn't make sense to me because I am an older witch and I'm very set in my ways and on my path. Um, I believe that each and every one of us, has a little piece of the God and goddess within us. Um, but in an overall spectrum, we are one entity. So I mean, you can delve into it extremely deep if you wanted to, but I try not to. I try not to make it so difficult. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love my life choice. I love my path, and I will defend my path. Um, and I'm not going to say that I agree at all with a lot of the newer witches ideas. I don't have to, you know, and their path doesn't require me to believe. If they think it can work for them, go for it. You know, um, I like the old ways, and I know them very well, and that's probably where I'll remain until the day they burn me. I don't know personally. All this drama and BS in the community gets old sometimes, and that certainly doesn't help our situation. But some behaviors should not be tolerated. Yeah, that's right. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to sit here and downgrade the new witches and um, degrade them and all that crap. Um, and of course, Aiden knows that. Until and that one time I did fly off the broom handle. I was livid when these ignorant bitches were talking about cursing the moon. Yeah, that threw me for a loop. I was like, really? I can accept damn near anything. I can deal with most anything, and your opinion's your opinion. That's fine. You're welcome to it. But when they start talking stupid shit like that, I was like, you got to quit. Because some of the true witches out there are about to curse your ass. If we even thought they could do it, most of us just sat back and laughed. It's like, yeah, let me know how that works out for you. Just the sheer audacity of it just floored me. I just couldn't believe it. Okay. And here lately my mood is switched. I think I'm getting antsy because it's almost springtime, which, as y'all know, is my favorite time of year. I'm ready to get out. I'm ready to walk and lose some of this weight and not freeze my ass off. And I'm the last couple of days I've been a little bit depressed um, for a whole lot of different reasons, personal reasons that I'm not even going to go into. But I feel like something's about to really change, and it's getting my energy flowing weird. Does that make sense? Um, it's kind of running erratically. It's like I cannot contain it. Either I'm going into a different level, or something's taking place, and I just can't figure out what it is. So it makes me really tired, really edgy, and then with all the other stuff going on around me, I'm even more edgy. So I tend to bite people's heads off the last week or so. But I'm really trying to work through that. And getting on here and talking with y'all helps me do that. Because I have my moments too. I mean, I come on here and I try to be reserved and open minded and well and at the same time be myself. But as we all know, when things are going on around us in the world and all the negative energy and shit messing with yours, and it'll throw you into a tailspin. And now um, I feel that I don't have my privacy to practice. You see what I mean? Like going to my altar, um, everything just kind of got upheaved. It's in an upheaval, and it really bothers my balance. Am I making sense, Aiden? It just really bothers my balance, and I have to be careful what I watch, what I listen to, the people I'm around and talk to when I'm like this, because it can either it will probably push me down further, and it's even harder to get back up. So I have to try to level out as much as I can. Um, Sometimes that's not always possible, and that's another thing. Just because there are witches, as I've always said, does not mean we're not subject to your everyday human bullshit. The feelings and disorders and the arguments we have to have at times. I think a lot of it boils down to how you deal with a situation. But with me, I'll try and try and try, and I'll talk and talk and talk, and I'll ask and ask and ask, and I'll do and do and do, and um, eventually I just blow up. I lose my shit, as people that know me will say. It's like, all right, I've had enough, and I'm about to blow up. And a lot of times I'll even give them fair warning. I'm about to lose my shit if something don't give here, if something doesn't straighten up. And I don't think it helps me that I'm stuck in the house, you know. Um, I've been looking for a different job. I can't seem to find one. I'm just kind of in that stalemate right now, and it's annoying me because I'm one that likes to keep moving forward, keep evolving, do something. Even if I'm here by myself, I'll turn on something so I can learn. I'll listen to old Greek mythologies, and I listen to other witches. And while I'm making my candles, I will keep myself busy most of the time. Um, but I don't know. It seems like every once in a while I'll just all of a sudden something stops me and tells me to be still. And I think that's where I'm at right now, and it's really got me where I'm a nervous wreck. I'm real edgy, bitchy. Um, I don't know if any of y'all have ever gone through that, but a lot of times I'll feel this way before something major happens, whether it's good or bad. Um, because the feeling's always the same. It's always that on edge, like you can't wait, or dread mixed together. I think it's dread because you don't know what's going to take place. But I can only hope that it's something good around the corner, because I honestly don't think and don't want to even think about having to handle any more bullshit for a very long time. Oh, yes, Aiden. In my younger day, yes, dear. Wouldn't bother me a bit. Most of the time, I wouldn't even say anything to them. Just punch them in the mouth. But, I'm 53 years old now, and I have health issues, and I'm just too old to be doing that. I don't, because if I hit somebody, I expect them to hit me back. And I don't really want to take the hit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's why at times like these, I will go sit at my altar for hours, literally hours, just sit there. Sometimes I don't say a word. I just light my candles and I'll sit there because it puts me at ease. It's where I know I belong, and the only place I know I belong. And I can't really do that now. I mean, I can, but I never know when I'm going to get interrupted. And at times like that, I just need that time between me and my goddess for her basically to regenerate me, re-energize me, um, because I can feel my aura's all sooty right now, and I just don't feel myself. Does that make sense? So now's the time when I have to really stop and try to think how to fix that. And what's odd is a lot of times we know what's upsetting us. We may not know how to deal with it or how to go about dealing with it. Um, but if you think long and hard about it, I'm sure you can figure out what it is that's setting your nerves on edge, or aggravating you, or messing with your aura, your personal space. When things are around you that are very negative and don't mix with your energy, then you're going to constantly feel that. That's why we put up those bubbles, as I like to call, around us to protect us from this kind of thing. Well, because now I don't have my space anymore. Changed quite a bit in my household. Um, and the whole reason in the beginning, I was like, okay, well, I'll gladly do this and move it back to where it was. But then the reasons I did it are turned out to be a nightmare too. So I'm just stuck right now in a bunch of quandaries. I'm trying to think of, and I don't want to say a whole lot, you know what I mean, but um, there's things that definitely need to be dealt with, and I'm just not sure how to go about it. Um, but yeah, I do kind of feel a little invaded, a little like a lot of my privacy is gone, especially when it comes to my craft, because I don't practice in front of people and I don't usually share my workings with anyone, especially when they're in the process of being worked. Now, like if I'm showing somebody how to do one on here, that's a little different because I'm probably not actually doing a real spell. I'm just going through the motions to show people what I do, how I do it. But I am very honestly thankful for you guys because I can come on here and be myself, and y'all understand where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? And I just get so tired of the arguing. It seems like here lately, like I said, there's just been negativity all around me, and I'm really tired of it. I'm about to set this whole house full of sage. So I don't know, but it'll get better one way or the other. It always does, and I know that. It's just going through, you know. It's kind of like being lost out at sea. You're stranded out in the water. There's big waves coming. You're worried about sharks, blah blah blah. But land. You can see it. You can see it's there. Do you swim to it? Do you swim for a little bit till you tire, then rest up, keep swimming? I know, hell of a metaphor. Y'all know me and my metaphors. But it's the truth. It's the only way I know how to describe how I'm feeling or what I'm going through. Um, and there's just been a lot lately. And I'm stuck in this house. I don't have any out. Um, I don't know. I don't know. And I checked out that I don't know if you want me to mention it on here or not, since you just sent me the website to go to, but where the witches gathering, that is so neat. Now I'm on to that. I just think that's the neatest thing in the world that somebody would organize something like that. My roommate kicked her whole family out just to have a peaceful. Yep. And I'm honestly afraid that's what's about to occur around here. It's like, oh my God, I can't deal with it. I don't really want to live by myself. I'm used to having someone to take care of or around me. Um, but then, if you weigh the pros and cons, sometimes it's better to be by yourself than deal with everybody else's bullshit. I just, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm in a major thinking mode, and it upsets my whole world. Because I really don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And, I don't want to be a bitch, but I guess sometimes you just have to be that way, in order to keep your own space clean and clear. And I got to take care of me. Be right back. I think, surely not. Hang on, Aiden. I think somebody's knocking on my door. Just a sec. Okay, that was extremely weird. See, and that's another thing I have to be careful with, because when my uh, emotions get like this, then that's when other things start coming around. Shit starts getting moved around in my house, and right now I'm the only one here, so I don't know. I thought it was my cat up on my altar, honestly, but knocked over one of my crystals I had sitting up there, or something did. My cats are right here by me, so I don't know. But I do know, and you can take this to the witchy bank, that I will figure it out and I will deal with it one way or the other. Um, my problem is getting to what is fair, honest, and right. Um, I've lived my whole life that way. I'm that type of person. And I try to remain that way even when I'm upset or mad. As I said, sometimes my temper will get the best of me, and I say some shit that I probably shouldn't have. Not that I didn't mean it at the time, but I sometimes me and my Irish gets up, and there's no telling what I'm going to say, how mad I'm going to get. The best thing for people to do is just give me my space and stay the hell away from me for a while. And I don't get that way very often, and it takes a lot to push me to that point to where I'm like, okay, I've had enough. And once I've had enough, I've had enough. So, um, and Aiden, I'll I'll call you after this video. I mean, right now we're the only two on here anyway. Lady Blindwell said she'd be back, but I don't know what's going on there. But I'll holler at you. I'll video call you on Facebook, and I'll let you in on more of exactly what's going on, and maybe you can help me out. But or help me with some ideas. I don't know. I mean, it's not, and I don't ever usually do this with anyone because, but I've been talking to you for a very long time, and sometimes it just helps to talk about it, you know. Um, and I, of course, would do the same for you if you ever needed just to talk one on one. I have no issue that, or with anyone that has a problem going on, or I may not be able to give the best advice in the world, but sometimes you're not looking for advice, really. You're just looking for a sounding board and an opinion. So I don't know. Just so much is going on right now. And you know, I have not been to my altar in so long. And maybe that's a lot of it. You know, I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh, you're at work. I'm sorry, sweetheart. What time? Just message you on Messenger. Well, I was gonna call you and actually talk to you face to face, or video chat with you. But if you're at work, I'm not gonna do that. Like I said, sometimes even me being an older witch, sometimes it's just nice to have somebody to talk to. What I need to do here in a minute, I will probably, and if I get interrupted, I'm going to be extremely upset. I'll probably go in there and light up my altar and sit with Hecate for a while. But I mean, my time's like at 3 o'clock, and that's pretty much right now, anywhere between 3 and 4. So I don't guess Lady Blind Wolf's going to be able to get back on here. I know you're at work. What time do you get off work? Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want to sit there and text all night. Oh, I'd rather just video call it where I can look at you and talk to you. I'm not one for being on the phone. Trust that. Okay. And I don't like laying my shit on other people. I just really don't, because the world is so full of it right now. There's so much going on, and I try to think, as I have my whole life, shit could be a lot worse for me. It's a lot worse for some people, but I'm just trying to figure out how to go about making it better, you know. Oh, I can't do that on, oh, well, I can, I guess I can on Facebook. I don't do that on my phone. I tried that one time and it used up almost every bit of my data. And I supposedly have unlimited data. I don't know. But I can call you on my computer that way through Facebook. If it won't get you in trouble, I don't want you in no trouble. What time do you get off? Because I'll probably be up. I don't know. Part of me wants to go. I slept all day yesterday. Part of me wants to go take a hot bath and go back to bed, but I feel like I need to get something accomplished, you know. So I might not have to wake up and deal with quite so much shit tomorrow. I don't know. But I'll get off here. Go ahead and text me your number. Okay. Well, I just want to make sure that it's okay to call that way, because people see you shelf stalking, they'll think you're talking to yourself. Which we do that a lot as witches, don't we? But we know we're not talking to ourselves. So, okay, well, go ahead and message me the number then on Facebook on my messenger. Oh, hell. Yeah, I ain't gonna. By then, I'll be doing breakfast, or I'll just be too busy to do it. I just don't want you to get in trouble. If you're sure you're not gonna get in trouble, then I'll call you. Okay. Well, I'll get off here then, and I'll holler at you through Facebook. Okay. To everyone else, sorry about the bitch session or moan session, whatever you want to call it. But thank you for joining me, watching me, and subscribing to my channel. It helps me a lot. Blessed be.